Welcome to Vinyasa Flow. I invite you to come to lay down on your mat in any reclined position that your body's calling for today. That could be starting your practice in Shavasana with the legs out nice and long, the hands to the side, or you might invite the palms to come down to the earth and the soles of the feet to come together in reclined Baddha. Whatever position you've chosen to commence your practice, I just want you to begin to tune in with the breath. Giving yourself permission to just be present for the next half an hour. If you found that you've rushed to come to the mat today, maybe place the palms down on the ground and just connect with the earth. Or if you're feeling like you need a little bit of energy, then turn those palms over and enjoy a nice spreading through the fingers. Let's commence our practice by taking 3 big deep breaths, and we'll sigh out through the mouth. We take an inhale in and deeply sigh. Feels comfortable for you to zip those lips together and invite the yogic breath in through the mouth, in through the nose and out through the nose. Perhaps closing down through the eyes. We'll just tune in with our breath for just a minute or so, using that exhalation breath to soften any areas of tightness. And just begin to scan through the body, noticing how the body's feeling today. And most importantly, acknowledging your expectations for your practice. Acknowledging your limitations within your body, especially if you're working with an injury. And just be mindful to make this practice your own, ensuring that you take any modification that you might need, or if you have any sharp pain, to make sure you take a step back or come out of the posture. Beautiful. Let's take one more deep breath in. Close up the knees or draw the knees into the chest and give ourselves a nice hug, a gentle little rock side to side as you massage that lower back. Let's really draw ourselves into a tight ball, drawing the knees towards the forehead as you crunch in, and even hold opposite wrists. Good, and then allow the head and neck and shoulders to relax back. We'll interlace the hands around the left shin and bring the right leg nice and long. So keeping it off the ground to hover if that feels okay, or otherwise softening it down. Good. Allow the shoulders to come down and away from the ears as you draw that left kneecap towards the chest. And then invite a flexion and a point through both toes. A gentle little roll through of the ankles. Then we're going to raise the shoulders up. Bring that nose towards the knee as you draw it in nice and close. And as you lower back down, lower the right long leg as well. Good. We're going to take that leg out to the side, just cupping underneath that left kneecap. Opening through the groin, you might choose to bring that right hand onto the hip, just so allowing the buttocks to stay firmly on the ground. And just breathing in as we open and find some length through that left inner thigh, through the groin. Good. We'll hold it here for just one more breath. And as you bring that knee back in line, I'd like you to take the leg up towards the sky, interlacing the hands around the thigh. If that feels too strong for you, then bend through the right knee. You might find a little bit more length through the left side. Otherwise, stay here with me, keeping that right leg nice and long and firmly placed, taking a little point point and flexion through both or just the top leg. Good. We're gently drawing that leg towards the face. So option is to stay here, otherwise raise up those shoulders, slide the hands up the back of the leg, maybe just to the calf, and then allow those shoulders to come back and down. Good. Keep that flexion within the toes as you press that heel away. Good. One more breath. Further extension is to come up a little higher, either bringing the hands towards the ankle, or you can come to the toe bone. You might even choose to massage through that hamstring and calf as you soften the shoulders back. But remembering at any time you can bring the hands back to the first starting point. Good. So we found some lovely length through that left knee, left leg, through the foot. We'll gently draw it in towards the chest and take it over to our right side, coming onto the right hip, coming into the supine twist. Both shoulders are softening to the earth, and we gently bring the gaze towards the left side as we open that left palm out. You might choose to apply just a little pressure through the top knee, and then feel that breath coming in and out through the left rib cage. As we deepen through the breath, enjoying that lower back, release, gentle twist. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then we'll take it back over onto the back. Draw both knees back into the chest. Nose comes towards the knees as you hug it nice and tight. And as you release down, extend the left leg nice and long. Again, to hover or to rest to the earth. Draw the right knee in nice and tight towards the chest. And see again if you can soften through the shoulders. Soften through the jaw. Good. Take nose towards the knee as you raise the shoulders up. And then relax back. Good. Allow that left leg to come down to the earth. And we'll extend the right leg nice and long, interlacing the hands. And when we first start to lengthen through the legs, we might find some tightness through the hamstring, through the calf. So just be mindful how your body's feeling. Good. Either staying here or extending the hands up towards the back of the calf, then allowing those shoulders to soften down. Nice big deep breaths here, even on the inhale, even on the exhale. And again, extend the shoulders up, coming either to a toe bind or holding through the ankle, and then allow those shoulders to come back. Again, maybe massaging through that hamstring and calf, or returning the hands back to that starting point. Good. One more breath. Allow a bend through the right knee, draw it in nice and close, and we'll come back to open through the inner thigh. So taking the cupping position of the hand, drawing that knee towards the right armpit. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to take it across the body. So we bring the knee back in line, come fully onto the side, the left hand side, and then allow a little bit of weight to come through the left hand, opening the palm to the right, and bring the gaze there as well. As you relax into that supine twist. Good. 2 more breaths. Lovely. 1 more breath. Good. Come back over onto the back. We'll draw those knees into the chest. And we'll change the hand placement to come around the back of the thighs and knees. Come through a few rock and rolls, tapping the toes as you come up and down and roll through the spine. One last time. And we'll meet in Navasana boat pose, finding that length. So it's really nice to have the elbows nice and wide, lifting through that chest. Toes can be pressing together, same with the knees. And if it feels good, release those palms forward. Let's take 2 breaths here. 1 last breath. Option to cuddle those knees in tight or lower the toes. Or take the rock and roll action And then find your way back in Navasana. Good. Release those hands forward. On an inhale, take them up nice and high. Exhale, come down to tap the toes. Tap the fingers. Reach up high. Exhale, down again. Again, take the rock and roll or lower the toes. And we'll come to the last position in Navasana. So we're going to lighten the load just at 2 fingers behind the back of the knees. Elbows are still quite high now, lifting through that chin and chest. I want you to begin to straighten through the legs. Now find that push-pull action. Press the fingers forward. Good. Keep breathing here. Nice and strong. And then release through the rock and roll. Cross the ankles and we'll come up into a comfortable seated position, cross-legged. Stay where you are. I'll come forward so you can see. We want to reach up nice and tall. And then exhale to come forward. So bringing the forehead towards the earth. Just being mindful it's our first forward fold, so just walking the fingers to where feels comfortable for you. Allow the gaze to come down to the floor. Good, and you're spreading through those fingers. Breathing all the way from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. Good, take a gaze forward, look up, and then we'll walk the fingers over to one side. Some of you might be able to rest that forehead on the knee, or just keeping that head so that the gaze is down to the earth. Depending which way the hands are going, you want to press down through the opposite sit bone. So for me, I'm coming to the left, so that right sit bone. I'm going to feel the beautiful stretch all the way through the glute, maybe through the sciatic nerve, and then under through that armpit. Good, one more breath. Gaze forward and up as you walk the hands forward and then over to the opposite side. Good, inhale here and then soften to bring the head down towards the knee or just the gaze towards the floor. Lovely. 2 more breaths here. And then we'll lift through the neck, bring the hands back out in front. And then slowly roll back up, roll through those shoulders. Lovely, let's gather the air as we inhale up, palms come to touch. Exhale, bring them through heart center. Rolling back through those shoulders as you release. Good, gather the air, inhale up, nice active through the fingers. Exhale, deeply through to release. One last time, inhale. And then release, beautiful. We're taking it over to an all fours position, so finding about the center of your mat. Hands are underneath the shoulders, so the wrist, elbow and shoulders are in alignment. We're spreading through the fingers. The knee is in line with the hip, and you've got about a hip distance between the knees. Good, I want you to roll through cat-cow here, so we tuck the chin, extend the back up nice and high. And then as you lower the belly, we look forward, taking that breath. And you can inhale or exhale, whatever feels good for you here. Beautiful. We'll take one more round, reaching up, tucking through that chin. And as you come back down, I want you to tuck through the toes, begin to engage through the bottom of the feet, through the plantar fascia. And then shift a bit of weight back towards the heels. And then forward, so we're pressing into the hands, a little weight into the wrists. Good, taking that bottom back and coming forward. Lovely. As you step the bottom back, I want you to move the hands, one hand placement in front, quite long, so you're feeling this through the underarm. So quite a modified child pose. And as you come back up, shift that shoulder weight forward, lift the toes, and we come to a little hip flexor here as we look forward, rotate the shoulders back. Beautiful, come back. Tuck those toes, bring the bottom back. And then inhale, come back up. Weight shifts forward, lift through those knees. Good, press the hips down. And this time as you come up and back, bring the big toes to touch knees nice and wide and really take it all the way back, Vinyasa child pose. Forehead will meet the earth. We've got nice active fingers out in front. Good, big deep breath here. Lovely. Returning back up into the all fours. Going to come through our first downward dog. Tuck through those toes and just gently lift the knees off the ground. I call it turbo dog. Holding just for a breath or two. We'll press the bottom back into that crouching position. So we're really activating through the forearms. And then lift the hips nice and high. Good. Take a little pedal through both feet. Maybe even a gaze underneath each underarm. Good. Then sink both heels towards the earth. Gaze is coming between the toes. And the ears are coming in line with the upper arms. Beautiful. One more breath here. And we'll come tall on the toes, lower back down, taking it to that all fours position. So for some of you, you might bring a book or a block into your practice if you need that for your upper hand to meet the earth. So basically we're starting from that all fours. We're going to bring the right foot up into a nice low lunge and we're going to frame the front foot with the tall fingers. I want you to tuck through the left toes and extend that knee back. So we're in a nice long lunge and you're feeling the opening through that left hip flexor. Check on your alignment that you're not too narrow within the right foot and the alignment of that left knee. Good, and then I want you to soften the gaze, maybe even coming to flat palms. And just bringing that weight into the right front knee. Good, 2 more breaths here. Just give that left hip flexor a moment to wake up. And then come tall back on those fingers so you're looking forward. Just opening that chest. Pressing through the back foot, engaging through the core. We'll bring the hands up so the upper arms are in line with the ears. And I want you to look at the fingers. See if you can really activate them as though you're holding a beach ball. Good, hands come through the prayer mudra. And we'll take a little twist here. The left elbow comes across that right knee. And we're looking high towards the right side. If you find you're wobbly, keep pressing through the back foot. Draw in through the belly. And then come back through centre. You're going to interlace all 10 fingers. Just release the pointy fingers, you bring the hands forward. Good. And then take the hands nice and high, even drawing so the upper arms are near the ears. Good, 1 more breath here. And then we're going to sweep the hands behind the lower bottom and then open through that chest. You can even take this a little deeper, depending how you're feeling. Beautiful, 1 more breath. We release the bind, left hand comes to the mat. This is where we can invite that block to be used if you need. Just as long as you're feeling comfortable that that left palm is touching the earth. We open to that right side in a beautiful supine twist. And then feel that push-pull action from the left hand up to the right side. Beautiful, 1 more breath. That upper arm comes in line with the ear as you look forward. And then we bring the right hand down on the inner. So it's coming to the inner side. Beautiful. We're resting the shoulder towards that knee and then we open that left hand out. Good. Drawing up nice and tall. Taking 1 more breath and then come back down. Let's switch sides. So bring that right foot back. Take a child pose if you need, just for 2 counts. Beautiful, 1 more breath. And then return back up to the all fours. Coming to the opposite side, left foot comes up. Frame the front foot with tall fingers. You want to tuck that right toe. Extend that knee back, just to where it feels comfortable. Good. Taking the gaze to the floor, lower the palms and just allow the head to look down towards the earth. Feeling that beautiful right hip flexor. Good. Make sure that your back foot is on the mat. And when you're ready, come tall, fingers again. So you're shining that heart forward and then reach the hands up. Good. If your gaze is forward, you're pressing the fingers nice and high. If you feel balanced enough, reach to look up. Activate through those fingers and then we bring the hands through heart center. Take that twist to the left side. The right elbow connects. We're tall with that left elbow and keep pressing through the fingers here. Beautiful. Nice lower back twist. And then engage through the core as you come back up. Let's interlace all 10 fingers. Just release the pointer fingers as you take the hands nice and long. Good. Press through that front foot as you lift up. Upper arms come in line with the ears, gaze is forward. One last breath. And then sweep those hands behind the lower back, interlace and then open up. Deepen the posture if it feels good. One more release. Good. The right hand comes to the earth. We lift tall within the left hand. Coming to a beautiful release through the twist. Beautiful. That top hand comes across towards the ear and then we bring it down on the inside of the left foot. Twisting to open to the right side. One last breath. And as you lower that hand down, we'll sweep the left foot forward. Take a child pose if you need, or meet me back in down dog. Good. Little walk through the feet, a little adjustment through the length. Good. So I want you just to take a moment here, just to feel how you were feeling. And we're going to take the low or the high option. So coming back to the lower knee, or we're going to come into a high lunge for those that would like to join me. So we start in the down dog. We'll take the right foot nice and long, three-legged dog. Take a little point inflection. We want to bend that right knee and step it forward between the hands. Good. That right knee is in line with the right ankle. Finding some length through the back, left foot. Good. Just taking a moment here, maybe a little rock forward and back. Finding that position, then sweep the hands up into crescent lunge when you're ready. So remember, you can lower that back knee or stay high. Hands come to the prayer mudra. We shift the weight forward, come to the bind. So that left elbow comes across the right knee, twisting through that lower back. As you come forward, interlace the fingers, release the hands forward, then up to the sky. Sweep the hands behind the lower back, open through that chest. Beautiful. One more breath. And then we release the left hand down to the mat or to a block. Open to that right side. Good. One more breath as we bring the upper hand across and then down to the earth. This is where we drop that back foot. Open to the left side. Good. Two more breaths here if you have it. Using the shoulder to press into the knee. Lovely. And as we come back, I want you to lift that back toe, press back to a full down dog, or take the child pose if you need. We come to the left side when you're ready. Left leg comes long, three-legged dog. Bring that left knee towards the face and then step it forward to the high lunge. Again, a little rock forward and back. Just adjusting the feet as you need, making sure that you feel nice and balanced. Sweep the hands up into crescent lunge. Beautiful. Definitely feel this through that right hip flexor. Check in with that front knee. Good. Hands come to the prayer mudra. Press through the back foot as you take a twist. That right elbow comes across the thigh. Good. Two more breaths. As we come back through center, interlace the fingers, reach the pointer fingers forward. Take it up nice and high, and then releasing the exhale to bind through the lower back. Good. One more breath. The right hand comes to the earth or to a block. Reach open through the left side. Keep engaging through that back thigh. Good. Upper hand comes forward. We drop the back foot. Reach to the right side into the twist. We're pressing that left shoulder towards the knee to help with balance. One more breath. Both hands come to the earth. Turn the right foot and sweep back to a down dog. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. We'll lower to the knees, come down to a nice extended child pose. And just once you've set that position with the forehead down, sweep the hands around to the heels, give yourself a moment. Good, 2 more breaths. One last breath. Hands come under the shoulders. I want you to press up into a kneeling position. Taking a moment here, bring the hands to heart center. Close down through the eyes. And just regulate through the breath. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Let's take our practice up to standing. You can be close to a wall if you would like to help with the balance. We can come off your block and stand on the wood. Whatever feels good for you. I'd like you to commence in Tadasana stance, hip distance apart through the feet, or you might choose to come together. Roll through the shoulders. Let's just take a moment to breathe here. Inhale in, to exhale. 1 more breath. To exhale. We're going to invite tree pose into our practice, so we bring the hands to the hips. Lowest level is to bring the toes and just pressing it against the ankle, or coming up a little higher to the thigh, to the calf to begin with, opening out that knee. We can come even higher and maybe binding through the foot and a hand as you invite that foot up into the inner thigh. Good. Once you're settled here, bring the hands to heart center. Focusing, gazing away for your drishti. Finding your breath. If you're feeling balanced and calm, extending up, lift through that chin and chest. Find that yogic breath, find the focus. And then we come back out as gracefully as we came back in and lower down. Take a little walk through both feet. Coming to the opposite side, pressing either to the first position, coming up to the calf, or if you prefer, taking it up higher to the inner thigh. Remembering you can utilise the wall if you need. Bring the hands to the crown mudra. Breathing mindfully, deeply as you extend the fingers up. And then open it out. Open through the chin, finding the breath. Beautiful. 1 more breath here, and then we release back out, taking that foot away. Good. So we're going to have a little practice of our warrior 3, and we're going to transition from tree pose through to warrior 3. So if we're in the second level with tree pose, we would start here. The hands can be at the prayer mudra. We bring that right knee forward and then extend it behind as we begin to tilt at the waist. We want a nice active back foot. And then we're going to sweep the hands into aeroplane mode as we gaze to the floor. Our aim is to bring that back heel in line with the hip, all the way along to the crown of the head. Beautiful. We're going to bend that left knee, bring the fingertips to the earth. Extend the right leg up, and you can walk the fingers back towards the toe, standing splits. Good. Soften that left knee as you transition to come back into warrior 3. Hands at heart center, and then come up into the standing position and soften down. So it's quite strong through the foot, quite strong through the calf, so take a moment here just to set that foundation again. So we're active through the hands. Tree pose on the left. Find the breath. Good. Bring that knee forward and then extend it behind. Good. Activate the back foot either through a point or flexion. And as you shift the gaze to the earth, aeroplane arms, the hands down beside the body. Good. 1 more breath, and we bring the fingertips to the ground. So soften the standing knee. And then keep extending up that left leg towards the sky. Good, one more breath. We bring the back foot back in line with the hip. Good, soften that standing knee as you find warrior 3 again. And then transition up and release down. Take a little walk through. So you can pause for a moment and replay that and practice that again if you would like. But we'll all come into a nice deep forward fold just for a moment. So reach up, exhale as you bend forward, soften through the knees. And perhaps if the fingertips aren't meeting the earth, bring that block. Good, bring a bit of weight into the toes and lengthen through the back of the legs. You might even choose to bind through the back of the heels as you're bringing the head towards the knees. Good, let's take 2 more breaths. One last breath here. And then I'd like you to roll back up nice and slowly. Roll through those shoulders. Good. I'm going to come down to the earth, bringing the feet into seated Baddha Konasana. Some of you might choose to bring a block under the bottom. If so, you'll bring it just behind and then lift up to sit on the front portion of that block. What that will do is allow the knees to come a little bit lower than the hips. Good. So we can either open the palms out to the side, resting the forearms on the knees, gently guiding them down towards the ground. Or if you're already down on that lower level and it feels comfortable, you can bring the forearms in front of the shins, maybe binding through the toes, and allow a softening of the gaze down towards the feet. So we began with a nice opening of the inner thighs. Just going to lengthen here for just a few more breaths. This is a head to toe pose, so you can bring the head even closer to the feet and maybe even surrender the hands forward. Just taking it to where your body feels comfortable. Good, we'll take one more breath. And then as we come back up, let's close through those knees. Just bring the feet out in front around hip distance and the hands just slightly behind. We'll take a little windshield wipe with the knees side to side. You can be really wide here or closer together, whatever's feeling comfortable for you. Let's take our practice down to the earth. So just rolling down with the hands underneath the back of the knees. Draw those knees into the chest and invite a little rock side to side. We'll transition into happy baby. So we're bringing the soles of the feet up. You can either wrap the hands around the back of the knees, come to a toe bind, or even bring the hands to the outer edge of the feet. Our aim is to bring the knees towards the armpits. And just like a good happy baby, take that little rock side to side. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more breaths here. One last breath. And close those knees up and bring them into the tabletop position. Just releasing the knees out away so that they're in line with the hip. Take that left palm out. And when I come fully over onto the side body, both palms will touch, the head relaxes back. And then draw that right hand across the chest over to the opposite side. So depending on your room, you could scarecrow the arms or even bring the hands down a little bit closer towards the hips. And we're mindfully breathing through that right side. Good. Just allowing some stillness here. Let's take one more breath. Bring the hands beside the hips, and then we lift the top knee, then the bottom. Good. Begin in that starting point and then take it over to the right. Both hands touch, so you're resting on the side body, and then open that left palm out. The gaze is to follow. Breathing through this left rib cage. Good. One last breath. And we'll come back to fully lay and lengthen through the spine. Hands come nice and long, feet point out. And we stretch through the body. Just allow the back of the hands to rest on the floor. I'd just like you to begin to scan through the body. Just as we did at the beginning of the practice. Just acknowledging how the body's feeling. When you're ready, we'll transition into your own Shavasana. Whether that's supporting through the back of the legs, placing a blanket over you, whatever you're needing. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.